Hey guys, it's Melanie and the pugs. We are coming at you on this delightful Sunday to talk about the Amalfi Coast Collection from HomeWorx. In full disclosure, as always, these 3 candles were sent to me as PR. I am a HomeWorx ambassador, and occasionally when new collections are released, this is not the case always, but occasionally, HomeWorx does send us the candles to be able to preview for you guys. I really appreciate them doing this because while I could definitely afford to just buy the candles, I personally tend to just buy what I gravitate towards. If I'm going to spend my money on something, I really want to make sure that I'm reasonably certain that I'm going to be in love with the scent. So when I get PR, usually it is fragrances that I wouldn't necessarily always, think about trying. And a few times when this has happened, when things have been sent to me, things that I wouldn't necessarily think about getting myself, I have actually found that I love the scent. And then I go back and repurchase more of it with my own money. So I do appreciate receiving these fragrances. That being said, all opinions expressed are still my own. Just so you guys are aware, HomeWorx doesn't require a positive review. It doesn't work that way. They can't tell you to do that. So I did not sign a contract saying that I would necessarily say positive reviews. I try to be very constructive in my feedback because I think that's helpful to the company. So that is how I like to present my negative experiences or, talk about fragrances that may not necessarily be a scent preference for me. I will tell you right now, none of these 3 scents are really a major scent preference for me. I have a special place in my heart for the pink geranium only because my Oma used to grow geraniums when I was younger, and those particular flowers just they trigger a scent memory for me, and it's a really positive one. So I'm kind of glad to see pink geranium back. I believe that I have reviewed all 3 of these scents already. So this is the reason that I like to review scents, even though sometimes they sell out, because repackages are a thing, you guys, and all 3 of these are repackages. I know some people don't care for repackages. Some people just would rather see something new come along. Some people are not a big fan about how most candle companies are not necessarily super forthcoming with saying, hey, this is a repackage, we just gave it a new name. So sometimes someone will buy something thinking like it's a new scent, only to find out, oh crap, this is, this and that, this or that from 2 years ago, and I already have 15 of these. I didn't need another one of this one. So I can see where the frustrations stem from. I do think it would be nice to know whether something is a returning scent. Calling it a returning favorite is kind of a good way to word that, in a way that I think most people would probably be like, oh, maybe I should research the fragrance notes a little bit more and see if I already have this and if I need more of it, because maybe you do and maybe you don't. Personally, I love me a good repackage, especially if it is of a scent that I love. When they came back with pumpkin pecan waffles, berry trifle, harvest leaves, big fan. So I was super excited about the re-release of those. But at any rate, these are all 3 repackages if you are not aware. So make sure you check your collection and see if you need to add these or not. They may be new to you. If you are newer to HomeWorx, these will be new to you. Okay, I do have Amalfi Coast Burning. I have a fun story about that one, so let's start there. The fun story is actually, it's a safety thing, and I'm just gonna put it out there. Let my mistake be a lesson to you. To say that my brain is preoccupied with life stuff still is the understatement of the year. And the day that these candles came in, I lit Amalfi Coast and I put it on the kitchen island. Definitely, safe location there. No dogs can reach it. I don't even think my kid, if she spread out across the counter. It's kind of a nice big surface, and I always feel safe leaving a candle there. However, I should not necessarily feel safe about leaving a candle there overnight while we are sleeping. So I lit this candle on the day that it arrived, kind of in the early evening, around like 5 o'clock. Craig had gone to play hockey that evening, and I kind of felt like heading upstairs early, so I did. I did text Craig that if he could blow out the candle on the counter when he comes home, that'd be great, because I just didn't feel like getting out of bed. So I did not. Turns out Craig, you know, he was tired, so he just came upstairs for bed, did not blow this candle out. This was left burning overnight. I think by the time I came downstairs, it was probably burning for 10, 12 hours, somewhere around there. Definitely a moment of, oh no. I knew as soon as I opened the bedroom door, like the smell hit me, and do not leave your candles burning overnight. That is a huge concern. I'm normally very vigilant about this, and I just got careless, and I just want to make sure that whenever possible, if I can give you guys a safety reminder, that I do. That being said, I kind of destroyed this candle by burning it that long. I'm burning it now, and it has a very burnt scent to it. So what ended up happening is it did not actually get sooty on me. I was quite impressed. And the wicks did not topple over. I was quite impressed with that. I just expected that nothing was going to be left of this thing when I walked up to it. It definitely burned to the halfway point, but it really, the only issue was the carbon residue from the wicks themselves, which were still in great shape at that time, had fallen into the wax, and it changed the fragrance of the wax. So I'm going to give you guys an overhead view right now. The wicks are also quite puny right now. I burned this way too long, so that one is my bad. I'm not really going to complain about this being a Homeworx issue. This was a me being irresponsible issue, but the fragrance definitely, it changed, and you'll see why. So you can see the discoloration there in the wax, and that the wicks are kind of struggling right now. I'm going to go ahead after this video and pour out a little bit of that wax. That should correct the wicks. I think getting rid of what's currently in there will build those back up again. But you can see it did not actually get sooty or anything like that. And when I lit this, the wicks were still quite long this morning. So anyway, what is this scent a repackage of? Ooh, all right, there we go. Let me recenter you. This is lemon and laurel leaf. So this is a candle that I've already done a review of. I will go ahead and leave the original reviews in the description box down below, as well as where you can buy these if you happen to be interested in them. Lemon and laurel leaf is garden fresh lemon, bay laurel leaf, yuzu, which is a type of citrus fruit, and honeyed grapefruit. So this is a very fresh citrus type scent. Although I will say, I don't love citrus scents that are just straight up very lemony to begin with. I do think that this smells a little bit like a cleaning product to my nose. I really get a lot of that lemon. This is not a sweet lemon scent either. If I am going to enjoy a lemon scent, it has to be like a lemon shortbread, or like a lemon pound cake, or like a lemon meringue type scent. Like I need there to be some sugar involved, and this just has none of that, which is fine, because you do actually pick up the individual notes here. There is a really nice kind of grapefruit that's in here. I smell the yuzu. I go to a restaurant sometimes that has this really delicious yuzu cocktail, so I'm quite familiar with how it tastes and smells. I do get some yuzu in here for sure. I actually also get that bay leaf note, and I don't love that. Bay leaf that one's tough for me. Like sometimes in certain Christmas scents, I feel like it's quite nice, but in this, I don't think that I love the addition to that. Now, I think when I first burned this, I maybe enjoyed it a little bit more than I do now, but my scent preferences have been, I guess I should say, changing quite a bit over the course of the last year or two. Sometimes I will like something and then like it for years, and then suddenly I burn it and I just think, absolutely not. I don't know what I was thinking all these years. So this one here, if you love a fresh lemon scent, if you like lemon scents that are slightly in the like fresh, clean category, more so than the gourmand category, this is probably one worth checking out. I will say the strength and throw on this is, I feel like it is a touch better than the candles in 2022. But that being said, I'm not sure that I can accurately tell with this one because I left it burning for so long. It definitely had filled the house. When I woke up that morning, like my entire house smelled like Amalfi Coast. So I mean, I guess in that way you could say it's a house filler, but you can't burn your candles that long. So I think what I'm gonna have to do, and because this one is now a little bit like, I don't know, I feel like the scent is altered. I'm gonna have to do a test maybe with the pink geranium, and when I do an individual review of that one, because I am gonna do updated reviews of these, I might go ahead and just lump them into one video though, because they're updates. Like I said, I already have the in-depth reviews, so I'll leave those down below. But when I update, I will let you guys know with the pink geranium if the strength and throw is indeed better. I'm going to give this a, like, between a 6.5 and a 7. I guess if I were to, like, average it right now in terms of strength and throw. It's filling this front formal living room quite nicely. It certainly travels out into the entryway. And I can also smell it in the dining room across the way. So, I mean, this is a very noticeable scent in the front of my house for sure. But I'm not ready to say that, you know, there is an improvement necessarily from the strength and the burn of last year. I think I need to burn a couple of these other ones and do it correctly to be able to report back. Before I move on to the next scent here, I do want to show you guys the label on this one. It's so pretty. It does have the little lemons here on the side, which is kind of sweet. But look at this. Oh, the Amalfi Coast, you guys. So totally a bucket list thing for me. Just Italy in general is a bucket list thing. But this particular part of Italy definitely is calling my name. It looks so beautiful. And all three of these candles have that beautiful scenery from the Amalfi Coast. And all of the pictures are different. So the pink geranium here, let me kind of twirl this one around for you guys. Another view of kind of like the top of the hill there, looking down into the sea there. Just so pretty, right? And then this one obviously has the geraniums on the side here. So let's go ahead and talk about the pink geranium. This is a scent memory for me personally because I associate geraniums with my Oma. That was one of her favorite flowers to grow. And it does come with a really nice pink wax. The wax on the Amalfi Coast started out as a really nice creamy color. It kind of looks like cigarette ash water right now, so it's not supposed to look like that. But this one has a nice kind of blush colored wax here. These wicks seem very secure, by the way. Nothing is loose on any of my candles. Yeah. This one is so interesting. I actually really kind of like this particular floral from him. And I think it's mostly because I have that positive memory associated with it. But it's really quite nice. And on cold sniff, I think this pink geranium is quite strong. Certainly, it's one where if florals give you a headache, I'm not sure that this particular type of floral scent would be the one that I would steer you towards. It's oddly sweet and kind of like heady in a way. It's a very pungent floral note. I feel like that's the right word for it. Yeah. It's just very, very interesting. So the notes on this one are, let's just set this here and see if the camera focuses. So we have some pink geranium, some poppy flowers, some orange flower, and some rose petals. I have to say, I think for me, the geranium is the very first thing that pops out. Poppy, I don't really get much in the way of poppy, but I do get a kind of nice neroli type note. So that orange flower, I think, is definitely in there. And I do get a touch of kind of a nice, slightly more modern rose type scent. But it's really mostly that geranium mixed with the orange flower for me that are the predominant notes here. And this one has a little bit of a almost like muskiness to it. It's very interesting. This is one where I'm kind of glad this came back. Like, I still probably wouldn't have necessarily purchased it, but I am glad that it came back, and that I get to, you know, re-review this one for you guys. But yeah, I think that would be one worth checking out, especially if you're kind of into florals. All right, you guys, gotta admit, this is another one where this is not a scent preference for me. I have mentioned many times here on my channel that caramel is not really the thing for me. So this is the salted caramel gelato, which I think is the ooey gooey caramel. I'm pretty sure that that's what this is. Again, I'm not 100%, so I have to figure that out and put it in the description box. There's always useful information down there, you guys. Sometimes if you have a question, make sure you check that first, because you might find an answer quicker than waiting for me to respond. Sometimes it takes me a while to get back to YouTube comments, but anyway, if you have questions, check that out first and you might find an answer down there earlier. So salted caramel gelato. This to me is a very typical, very classic HomeWorx caramel type scent. It's dark, it's quite sweet, and this comes across as cloying to my nose. It doesn't for a lot of people, just so you know, but and Harry loves it. He loves caramel. There's caramel in a lot of things. And there are some caramel scents that Harry has included, or caramel notes that Harry has included in a few of his gourmands, where I'm like, okay, this is palatable. And there's other times where he just uses way too much of it. And for me, it kind of ruins the fragrance a little bit. But anyway, so salted caramel, honeyed nuts, butter toffee, and dark brown sugar. Honestly, to me, this one, you guys, the main things that I pick up on cold sniff are salted caramel and dark brown sugar. I don't get much in the way of honeyed nuts of any kind. And I maybe can see the toffee note in here. I can see some toffee on cold sniff, and I feel like the toffee is something that would come out when this was burning. I am gonna burn this one. It might be one where I just burn it a few times to review it and then pass it on to someone that maybe enjoys this scent a little bit more. But this is very rich, you guys. If you are looking for a very rich, sweet, intense caramel that has those brown sugar leanings, like that heavy molasses type note, here you go. This is the candle for you for sure. If you're looking for something fresh, I would go with the Amalfi Coast or lemon and laurel leaf. If you're looking for kind of a fun springtime floral, check out the pink geranium. There is a candle sale happening this weekend. I believe the new scents are $24. I do want to make you guys aware, HomeWorx, their website it seems to be glitching a little bit this week from what I've seen. I think they revised the website a little bit, and I feel like this website is their one struggle point for them that I think should be a lot easier to fix. But it just seems to be an ongoing struggle. One thing I would say is maybe try clearing your browser. Maybe it has something to do with that for you, but they do admit that there are just glitches. So if you're struggling with ordering off the website, sometimes it's best to just log out, clear your browser, and try again. If it continues to be an issue, they have said, you know, just email customer service and they can definitely reimburse you or something. I know people don't love dealing with customer service via email, but that just is the way that they are doing it right now. I don't have any word on whether they're changing that, but that's definitely something that I have recommended to them for sure. People love talking to someone when they have a problem, and waiting for a reply via an email can be very frustrating for a lot of people. So I hope that's something that is resolved. But if you are trying to stack your rewards or a special coupon code that Homeworx sent you, you can no longer combine those with the ambassador discount codes. So I would say pick whatever is the greatest value. If using an ambassador code for 10% off is a bigger savings than using your points, or if you're trying to, you know, build as many points as possible, go that route. If a discount code they send you is the cheaper option, then use that. But yeah, I feel like a lot of companies are cracking down on the types of rewards that you can put towards a purchase. I don't personally love that. I definitely try to find the best deal that I possibly can, especially since I have this channel and I purchase quite a bit. Now, I can write this stuff off, you know, like I can do that on my taxes, but that being said, I'd still rather try to find a good deal. So I don't know, I would hope that they would maybe reconsider that, but I doubt it. You know, companies are in business to make money. That is the sad truth, but that is what it is. So we live in a capitalist society. Anyway, please let me know if you picked up anything from the Amalfi Coast Collection, if you've received it. What are your thoughts? Please share them down below in the comments. As always, check out the description box for information. If you found this video helpful, definitely give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. I would love to have you. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.